Hello dear students. Today we are going to start class 10th Economics chapter 3 Money and Credit part 4. Students, in this part we will cover introduction, loans from cooperatives, various types of loans, formal and informal sector credit, functions of RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India. Loans from cooperatives. Students, in previous part we discussed about terms of credit. In that we have seen informal sector of credit. In every loan arrangement specifies an interest rate which the borrower must pay to the lender along with the repayment of the principal. In addition, lenders may demand collateral against loans. That we discussed in previous part. We also discussed that collateral is an asset that the borrower owns, such as land, building, vehicle, livestock, deposits with banks, and uses this as a guarantee to a lender until the loan is repaid. Students, if the borrower fails to repay the loan, the lender has the right to sell the asset or collateral to obtain payment. Property such as land, titles, deposits with banks, livestock are some common examples of collateral used for borrowing. Students, interest rate, collateral and documentation requirement and the mode of repayment together comprise what is called the terms of credit. Here we will discuss about variety of credit arrangements. Students, people are taking loan for different purposes. They take loan for starting the economic activities, to run their business. Home loans they are taking, education loans they are taking, different kind of loans people are taking. But who are the people? Those they provide credit, who are borrowers. What are the terms of credit? These are different issues with the loans. Students, some farmers, they take loan from informal sectors. They take loan from money lenders, traders, big businessmen. And the recovery of the loan is painful. Sometimes they caught in debt trap. As in previous part, we have seen two case studies. In that, we have seen Salim got the profit, who was a shoe manufacturer. He got profit and easily he was able to repay the loan. Loan was beneficial to him. In the second case study, we have seen the case of Swapna. Because of crop failure, she was not able to repay the loan. For that, she had to sell her land. She caught in a debt trap. Usually this happens with farmers, basically small farmers. So credit plays two kind of roles, that is positive role and negative role, that we discussed in previous part. So students, the people, when they are taking loan from informal sectors, the recovery is painful. Here we will discuss that people sometimes they take loan from formal sector, that is money lenders, traders, landowners. Some people they go to banks and cooperatives and take loan from there. The interest rate is fixed there. The terms and conditions are also fixed there. One another way of the credit arrangement is loans from cooperatives. Students, besides banks, the other major source of cheap credit in rural areas are the cooperative societies or cooperatives. Members of a cooperative pool their resources for cooperation in certain areas. There are several types of cooperatives possible, such as farmers cooperatives, weavers cooperatives, industrial workers cooperatives, etc. Krishak cooperative functions in a village not very far away from the village. It has the village name is Sonpur here. It has 2300 farmers as members. It accepts deposits from its members. With these deposits as collateral, the cooperative has obtained a large loan from the bank. These funds are used to provide loans to members. Once these loans are repaid, another round of lending can take place. Students, here people they are helping themselves. They make cooperatives, that is the group of the people, that is farmers group, weavers group, industrial workers groups, that is called cooperatives. With the cooperation of each other, they collect money and they use that money as a collateral. They deposit that money as a collateral to the bank and they get loan from there. Once these loans are repaid, another round of lending can take place. So this arrangement is very helpful for the poor people. Those alone are not able to take the loan from the banks. With the help of each other, they collect money, they deposit that money in the bank and able to take loan from the bank. Students, Krishak Cooperative provides loan for the purchase of agricultural implements, loans for cultivation and agricultural trade, fishery loans, loans for construction of houses and for a variety of other expenses. Students, in this way, these cooperatives are helping each other. With the help of these loans, they purchase agricultural implements, they do the cultivation and agricultural trade, they do fishing and different other purposes they are fulfilling because of taking loan from these cooperatives. So this is very much helpful for the people, those they are in rural areas alone, they are not able to take the loan from the banks because of lack of collateral. Students, there are two types of loans, that is formal sector credit and informal sector credit. We have seen in the examples that people obtain loans from various sources. The various types of loans can be conveniently grouped as formal sector loans and informal sector loans. Students, among the formal are loans from banks and cooperatives. The informal lenders include money lenders, traders, employers, relatives, and friends. When we take loan from banks and cooperatives, that is formal sector of credit. When we take loan from money lenders, traders, employers, relatives and friends, that is informal sectors of credit. We will discuss more about these formal sector credit and informal sector credit. Now, already we discussed that formal sectors of loan include all the banks. The is twice here. Just do the correction. It should be once. Formal sectors of loan include the banks and cooperatives. Informal sector loans include money lender, traders, employers, relatives, etc. So these are two types of sources of credit. Students, one graph is here that is to make you understand the sources of credit for rural household in India in 2003. Here you can see the various sources of credit to rural households in India. Is more credit coming from the formal sector or the informal sector? Student, percentage is given here that more and more people are taking loan from money lenders, and the number is less, those they are taking from cooperative societies and commercial banks. So 1% landlords, 30% money lenders, 3% traders, 7% people are taking loan from relatives and friends. Others, that is from other sources, that is 7%, 27% from cooperative societies, and 25% people from commercial banks. So students, here we have seen that still many people are taking loan from informal sectors. Now, the formal sector credit. Students, we will see some more features of formal sector credit. Formal sources of credit are loans from banks and cooperatives. The Reserve Bank of India supervises the functioning of formal sources of credit. They provide loans at fixed interest rates and terms. Formal sector of credit needs to satisfy all the terms of credit before the credit activity. As we know that terms of credit is very much important in formal sectors of credit. First of all the documentation is done by the person who is taking loan, and then after the loan is extended. They provide cheap and affordable credit for both urban and rural borrowers. Student, in formal sector, everything is declared. They provide cheap and affordable credit. It is fixed there. They cannot charge whatever the interest they want to charge on the borrower. It is already fixed by the banks. So here we have seen the features of formal sector credit. Students, formal sector loans are very much beneficial for poor farmers and workers because it is helpful in the economic activities. It can change the situation of the people. but it should have some conditions so that more and more people can take loan from formal sector. It is required to create awareness among farmers about formal sector loans so that they can take loan from formal sector. Process of providing loans should be made easier. It should be simple, fast and timely so that people on time they can take easily the loans from formal sector. More numbers of nationalized banks or cooperative banks should be based in rural sector. Banks and cooperatives should increase facility of providing loans so that dependence on informal sources of credit reduces. The benefits of loans should be extended to poor farmers and small scale industries. While formal sector loans need to expand, it is also necessary that everyone receives these loans. It means there is need to make the people aware about the formal sector loans. There is need to tell the benefits of taking loan from the formal sector because people in rural areas are unaware about the formal sector of credit. So there is need to make them aware about the formal sector loans. Students, Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of India. Credit control is an important tool of the monetary policy used by Reserve Bank of India to control demand and supply of money and flow of credit in an economy. RBI keeps control over the credit created by commercial banks. RBI supervises the functioning of formal sources of loans. We have seen that the banks maintain a minimum cash balance out of deposits they receive. Students, RBI holds a part of the cash reserves of the commercial banks. RBI mainly ensures that the banks maintain a minimum cash balance out of the deposits they receive. It means a minimum cash balance should be kept with the banks. It is necessary. The RBI monitors the banks in actually maintaining cash balance. Similarly, the RBI sees that the banks give loans not just to profit-making businesses and traders, but also to small cultivators, small-scale industries, to small borrowers, etc. It means their motive is not to make only profit. Their motive is welfare. Their motive is welfare also along with the profit making. Periodically, banks have to submit information. The commercial banks have to submit information to RBI on how much they are lending, to whom, and at what interest rate, etc. RBI observes that the banks are not only providing loans to profitable business but also to traders and small cultivators, small scale industries, small borrowers, etc. As we discussed, that their motive is welfare also. That's why RBI observes that banks are not only providing loans to profitable business, they should provide loans to the people. Those are small cultivators, small scale industries, small borrowers. They should provide loan to these people also. So RBI plays a vital role in the supervision of the functioning of banks. Students, there is no organization which supervises the credit activities of lenders in informal sector. But in formal sector, RBI supervises the functioning of banks. Compared to formal lenders, most of the informal lenders charge a much higher interest on loans because it is not observed or supervised by any organization. Thus, the cost of borrower of informal loans much higher. There is no one to stop them from using unfair means to get their money back. Higher cost of borrowing means a larger part of the earnings of the borrowers is used to repay the loan. They have to face many problems, those they are taking loans from informal sector. In certain cases, the high interest rate for borrowing can mean that the amount to be repaid is greater than the income of the borrower. So, students, for these reasons, banks and cooperatives, societies need to lend more. This would lead to higher incomes, and many people could then borrow cheaply for a variety of needs. By taking loan from formal sector, the people can start small scale industries, they can run their business, they could set up new industries or trade in goods. So, in this way, cheap and affordable credit is crucial for the country's development because it is helpful in the economic activities. People, they can take loan and they can run their business. Student credit is a crucial element in economic development of a country because it provides resources for industries to create more factories and produce more output. It leads to lower cost of production and higher incomes. It provides more resources for farmers to invest in agriculture and produce more agricultural outputs. It enables entrepreneurs who may not have enough resources to borrow cheaply and set up new enterprises. It creates more jobs in the economy and promotes the development In short, encourages self-employment. Cheap credit is a great poverty alleviation measure. It enables the poor to borrow cheaply from banks and escape the clutches of moneylenders. The poor can learn benefit by setting up small businesses which help them to improve their living standards. Cheap credit can help the poor to escape the debt trap which they fall into when they borrow from money lenders at high interest rates. It is because it is supervised by Reserve Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India supervises the functioning of formal sources of loans. As we have seen, so there is less chance of problem or difficulty here. Easily people can take loan and they can do economic activities. The recovery is not painful here. In the last, some questions are here, students. What are informal sectors of loan? What are the formal? It should be sectors of loans. What report is submitted periodically by all the banks to RBI? Why is the supervision of functioning of formal sources of loans necessary? How does RBI supervise banks? So students, these are some questions. Try to answer these questions. In second question, do the correction. What are the formal sectors of loan? It should not be factors, it should be sectors. Thank you.